Hello and welcome to episode 9 of our Ostriv Alpha 4.5 Let's Play. It is December of 1728. We have 121 people in our town, and we're currently waiting on this last little bit of houses from the previous episode to get finished, as well as this wooden bridge to the island and a cart parking elsewhere in the town. So, go ahead and put this on turbo speed like we always do, and we'll let them take care of these 3 houses in due time, of course, because we don't really have too many builders. We have 2 guys working presently because we have people devoted to other tasks. But this house is just about done, and that should get us at least 2 more people that can do jobs. Unless, of course, it is a marriage, which seems to be happening more often than not. So we will see what ends up happening. At any rate, we can leave them to do that. So today's episode, we've got a couple things we really should take care of. Chiefly, we need more granary space, and we might want to start putting some more market stalls elsewhere in the outskirts of town. I want these trees over here to get done and get removed so the forestry can be moved from here somewhere else, because I was thinking about putting the other granary here. Let's see, who moved into this house? Okay, a married couple with a child that are both unemployed. They should be employed relatively soon. Looks like our lime kiln is burning completed, and they are in the process of taking quick lime and bringing it in here. We are making our own lime for the tanning process, and we're making some pretty good progress on some warm clothing and regular clothing as well. So that's looking nice. We've got Durkaji here wanting to buy some shoes, and we have enough to sell them, so go ahead and do that. And charcoal as well. Sell that to them. Regular clothing we don't have enough to sell. As far as iron goes, we could probably stand to buy some, so we'll purchase some from them. We're making lime, we're making leather, we're making salt, metal parts. I think we're probably pretty good. Sallow is actually pretty cheap, so we probably could buy some. We'll go ahead and fill up on some of that because we can't do pigs quite yet. I would like to get a nice healthy overstock of some food so we can do a lot of expansion building here. But for the time being, I think we're probably okay. Let's check and see how our fields are looking for this next cycle. Yep, seems like everything is in order. Just waiting on these houses to get built. We do have some people looking for jobs. Let's go ahead and hire a couple more. Let's just max that out. Max out the men working in construction so that can get finished. And we probably should at some point think about putting more houses over here, but I would like to hold off on that until we have more stuff on this side of town for people to do for work. We also could be thinking about putting a tavern in, and actually that would be a good thing to put right in the middle of the town. That is a requirement to move past 400 population. So we're not really there. Maybe not quite yet, but I think it would look really nice. Right about here, maybe. We'll see what we end up doing with regard to that. But while we're here, let's go ahead and put another well right there. Except if the game won't let us. You know how it goes. Uneven terrain. Yep. Sounds about right. So maybe we won't put one there. We should still be okay on grave plots, and we are. We have, looks like 8 left. We will end up expanding this a little bit and having some more enclosed stuff. Think about where we might want to put the church to get past 300, but that's probably not happening for a while. Should not be for a while at least. This house is just about finished. Okay, very good. So that should help us a little bit as we look to get some more people going here. And we need to think about where the next place we're going to be building houses is going to be. I would imagine probably over here would be a pretty good spot. So why don't we, since on the back of this farm here, we planted cottonwood trees. We haven't planted spruce trees. I think that would be a nice little barrier here. So why don't we, first of all, we might make sure it's not going to intersect with that building. Go ahead and pop one right here. I think this could theoretically be a more dense thing right here. Yeah, because these trees are a little thicker. Yes, 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 yes. That will be quite nice. Too close to another tree. Yeah, that's going to be really nice. They're going to be nice and dense. We might not go the whole way here, but I did want to do at least a little bit. No, let's see how far we can go in the next little bit. They still have to build a couple more things before we can really assess what our situation is. Yeah, we got time. So one of my goals with this is to create a little bit of a barrier. And yes, I know, as someone pointed out in the comments in a previous episode, Ukraine really didn't use trees as windbreaks until probably the 1940s era or so. But I like how this looks, so we're going to go with that. A nice little bit of decoration, because we didn't do a whole lot of decoration in the previous series, and I would like to do more in this one to kind of make up for that. Because things should look nice just as much as they function nicely, I think, ideally. So we'll put a couple more trees in here. We'll get everything all ready to go. Yeah, the spacing is not really perfect here, but, you know, that's okay. Looks like that last house is complete. And then we'll put one more right here on the corner. Cool. So that'll be nice once that's all planted. And that should provide a nice little contrast there. So what we can now do because of that, let's go ahead and put in, yes, I know, I'm going to acquire the grid again. Theoretically, yeah. And we're going to put a couple of houses over here because we can. Yes, I know it's not the ideal aesthetic thing necessarily, but I would like, well, first of all, I would like for that not to automatically snap there. But we can't always get what we can want, can we? All right, so we got 4 houses there. And then in the middle here, as these trees get removed, we'll have other stuff as well to put there. But that should start off this area a little bit more and yield us some interesting opportunities for building stuff over here. Look at all these people go. They're just speed planting. Turbo mode over here. And this bridge ought to be interesting to watch. I like them, watch them build bridges. It's very, very interesting if they ever, you know, actually do it. We got some time in today's episode. Looks like they're not actually working on that at this exact moment. I say right before a bunch of people come and drop stuff off. We do need to get more cart sheds and carts and people moving things, maybe wagons, but I don't think the town's quite big enough for wagons yet. We could. We have a cart parking here. We could have a cart shed proper in this general area. So we'll see if a logical place for that ends up coming up. I don't know if that's fantastic English there by yours truly. Okay, what we got here? Derkachi again. And we can sell shoes, sell charcoal, by all means. Come take care of that. So if we actually had a stable, we could buy horses now or a pigsty. But, buy some more iron. Looks like stuff is going well. And that bridge is done. So now we have another shortcut over here. There's really nothing over here as of yet, but I'm sure we'll make use of that at some point. So we actually have people looking for jobs, which is interesting. Could be time for us to build another fishing dock. If we can find a good spot. I am going to leave this open over here, mostly because it says uneven terrain and I can't build anyway. But if we do any more sheep stuff, it's probably going to be in this general area or maybe across the shore here. We can't really build anything. We could build a fishing dock down here. But I think we might want to put it on the other side of the river here so it's in closer proximity to everything. And that cart parking's done. Go ahead and populate that with some more carts. So this fishing dock here will be nice to have. And you know what? Just because we can, let's put a second fishing dock right next to her. Not too close. Leave a little bit of space between them. And that will hopefully allow us to catch more fish and get started doing dried fish as well, because we have a decent amount of salt coming in. And we could actually start exporting salt if we felt like it. I don't remember which trade partner actually wants salt, so we'll have to keep an eye out for that. It's not these. Sunflower oil, we're not presently producing enough to really export at all. Clothing, same story. Raspberries and honey, we probably could, but they don't pay a lot, so it's really not worth it, in my opinion. As far as cash flow goes, we are looking pretty good, but a lot of this is boosted by the export. So I guess technically, all else equal, we're probably still losing money, but because we are exporting stuff, we're coming out okay. One thing that will help, though, is getting a tavern set up, because we can then tax the tavern, and we will also make money from the tavern people purchasing the alcohol and stuff at the market. And our wealth distribution is starting to look more like what I want it to, with people in the lower medium range here, so they're not hoarding too much money. We've got more and more houses getting built, no jobs available. Well, we're going to fix that. There's actually, it's this house that got built. There's going to be jobs available. It just, takes a while sometimes. Just a little bit of time here. We just need to start, producing more crops, and that's going to take a little bit of time to happen there. They still haven't planted a lot of these trees, which is interesting because this forestry is not super busy, I don't think. We'll find out, I guess. They're making pretty quick work of these trees. I guess we probably could, if we wanted to, go ahead and hire more people in the forestry, because we have people looking for jobs. Probably a pretty smart thing to do. So they've got that taken care of. We've got more fishing set up. You know what? Why not? Why don't we go ahead and put in a tavern right here in the middle of town, across from this little fire pit thing. Try and pop that right about here. That'll be a nice place for it right there. We are going to move these wells somewhere else, just so they're not completely in the way. This will be nice to have in the center of our populated area, so hopefully it won't be a huge problem trying to get stuff supplied there. We will, of course, have the mead and the hurlka for sale at one of these market stalls. I think it's already in here. Yeah, there they are, right there, so that's pretty convenient for them. New family settling. And this one? No, where did they? Okay, of course I missed it. Probably this house. Yep. Oh, they got 3 kids. Fantastic. Good stuff, good stuff. Now this one could be next. There we go. They just moved in. Very, very good. 140 people already. We're growing pretty fast. Stuff is looking good indeed. Tavern will probably take a little while before that's all ready to go. But we'll go ahead and get that done. Of course, the more stuff we build, the more trees they have to chop down. And the more work the forestry people have to do. So let's hope that gets done pretty quick, because as soon as these are gone, we're going to move the forestry over here. And then we could maybe think about putting some more houses over here. There is a lot of space that is empty and unforested. I could put a farm here. I don't think I would like to use the free space on the island for the farm. I think that probably should be houses and other stuff. We'll keep the farms kind of on the outskirts. See if that ends up being a good strategy. But it is high time we did something about the middle of town here. And Tavern will help with that. Moving these wells will help as well. We just have to find a good spot for it. Right here probably wouldn't be a bad place. And we can flip that around right here. Put those there. We'll go ahead and we can do that before the tavern gets built, I suppose. Hopefully the construction will happen sooner rather than later. They've got all sorts of stuff to do. We probably also need to build some more hay barracks, just so we have the ability to take care of all of that stuff. And of course, up here at the salt works is probably a pretty good place to start, considering we have, cows technically oxen in here. But we'll put one right there for them. And we already have one right here that is being used. I don't want to have too many of these in one spot because I feel like that takes away from the realism of it. I was famous for that in my last couple of playthroughs. But see, like right here, it's not a bad place for it. It's just kind of, you know, here. And I guess it would make sense this second level could be like a hayloft or something, so maybe that is a good place to put that. They didn't really elaborate what the second floor of that is. Let's see, we got a good amount of sheep. We got chickens. We probably could build a second chicken coop if we could find a decent spot for it. Okay, Marifa, what do you guys have to offer here? Okay, so they buy salt. They buy salt, so we could actually start exporting our salt here. Just go ahead and start with 4,000 here. And hopefully, nope, wrong button. Hopefully by the time that they have to leave, yeah, see, they'll buy 3,000. So we can actually, in the interest of doing this quote unquote correctly, make our number 3,000. Even though I know we don't have 3,000 to sell. We can put that in there, make a little bit of extra money. As far as purchasing goes, we have a lot of wheat actually. We should build some more windmills. Because we don't have, well, we have enough flour. Wow, flour is actually kind of a lucrative thing to sell. We could probably be selling that. We'll go ahead and take a windmill. Try to find another spot to put that. Uneven terrain, uneven terrain. Uneven terrain. Yeah, right here is probably a decent spot. Why not, right? Put another one right next door to it. We just have all sorts of stuff queued up for building, huh? People moved into these? Yes. Okay. So that's looking pretty good. Our finances are trending a lot more positively now, which is fantastic news. And these trees are just about gone, which will be fantastic if we could have that done in today's episode and not have to put that off until later. It is harvest season, though. So our laborers are hard at work. You know what? Let's go ahead and give them a little bit of help here and expand that to 15 because they have 5 fields to harvest. And that actually brings our vacancies, well, not anymore. It was almost at an equilibrium here. But we'll see. They've got some time, but they have a lot to harvest. So let's hope this house gets occupied pretty quickly here. Wow, that was almost immediate. I have absolutely no idea how to try and pronounce that. I am sorry. Wow, he's got 3 out of 5 quality on all his stuff. So I guess it's time for us to maybe think about taking production a little more seriously. Although we don't seem to have any problems with... Oh, we didn't sell the salt. I guess the guy's left. Oh well. That's what I get for not paying attention. Looks like that is making good progress. All 15 laborers are making pretty quick work of that. So we have these houses built. We've got a couple of fishing docks. We can actually push those to the end push the other one to the end at least, because we're not going to get too much more time out of it. What else was I going to build? And now, see, now I forget. I forget all this stuff. Oh, we need to build a school. School, that is a very important thing we've neglected to build so far. Because our kids are just going to keep getting older and we can't afford to have them uneducated. So let's go ahead and I think we'd probably get away with putting this right about here. We'll put that there. And then we'll, of course, decorate around this after it's finished. Make it clean up pretty nicely there. And then we'll be able to educate children. That will be a massive improvement to the town. I love how the stuff ends up. Do we already get all the limestone in the whole map? Well, that's concerning. We have all of it done already? Wow, okay. And all the stone? There's still a tiny bit of stone left. Well, that's going to render this pretty useless relatively quickly. Okay. I guess this is probably not the best map for me to try and do a long playthrough on with the lack of stone and lime here. So hey, who knows, maybe we'll get a pretty good update that'll make me restart again before I run into that problem. So we're actually doing good on our harvesting here. Mid of September, and we have pretty much just one full field of flax to harvest. This is just about done. So that is extremely good news. Guess now they're working on our tavern. Getting all of the different resources figured out. We can probably go ahead and get rid of these wells here because we have these all ready to go. Those won't get deleted / deconstructed for a little bit of time. But once we get this tavern fixed up, we do need to import meat and Herelka as soon as they become available. So the next people that come in, I think it might even be the river traders that bring that in. So of course we can go ahead and add that as well. Uneven terrain. It will fit here. Not enough. Aha. Oh, so now it's smart. Not enough space between that and that. So I could put this right here. It's probably a smart place to do it. Or I could try and fit it. I could put it there. Well, from a realism standpoint, it really should be about here because of all the space. So you know what? Let's just do that. Let's put that right there. That will be a problem for next episode, though, once that gets built, because it's definitely not going to get built in time to do any more river trading, and they won't come during the during the winter anyway. So maybe that'll be done by March or April of next year. Right now we are in tavern construction mode. And of course, no one will occupy it until we have stuff available for sale, and unless we can get something else figured out. I don't think anyone's going to be moving in anytime soon, but it is good to go ahead and get this built, just so we have access to that. I love watching them build this stuff. It truly never gets old. Every little detail. It's nice. That's all done. Of course, there's no, oh, need at least 200 population. I did not know that was a condition. I guess I probably should have known, but hey. Well, okay, so that's already done by the time we get to 200. That is, guess I could have built that later, but that's good to know. It's interesting to find out. And there's one more tree left here, which is fantastic news. That means we can go ahead and queue up a forestry on this side. And we'll put it right about here. And see. They're not selling anything that we want here, but we are offering salt, and we can sell it. So that's good news. Flour will be in a better position to sell next year. As far as the rest of this goes, looks like we're doing pretty well. So we'll see what we're able to get done here. Windmill is finito. Go over here and copy this and copy that. And then when this one is done, we'll do the same for that. So I guess we can move this here. They'll take care of those trees, and then once all the trees are removed, we can get rid of the other forestry. And, yeah. Should be a interesting thing here. So let's see, what do we want to be the thumbnail of today's episode? Let's take a moment to think about it here. So we've built another fishing dock. We haven't really done too much with that. I'll go ahead and order the boat, actually. I should probably have that started. Should have done that a long time ago. We built a couple more houses. Built some more houses over here. We've queued up a bunch of stuff that hasn't been built. But what would demonstrate actual progress over here? Or do we just want a kind of a nice nice image of the town? I guess we could do the tavern, even though we can't use it yet. But actually, while we're doing that, we'll go ahead and take care of that as well. I guess we could do some windmills. We haven't shown this part of town in a little bit. It would be really nice if these were operating. But I do want to get something before the snow comes in. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and do. I like this angle because you can see a lot more of the town. So what if we did something like this? Yeah, let's do that. There we go. That'll be the thumbnail for today's episode. And now we can just see how much more we can get done before the end of December. They just need to get a couple more of these trees out of here. Hopefully that happens sooner rather than later. And then we can get this forestry built and get this one queued for demolition. But that could take a little bit more time. We actually still have open vacancies, which is interesting. I guess that's because of the farm and they're bringing in the harvest and all that stuff. But now they're done. I guess it's just up to the women to thresh the harvest and get all the rest of this stuff. But they're over capacity actually because of all the stuff they've got stored in here. So this new granary we're going to build next episode is probably not going to be able to come soon enough. They're still trying to get rid of these trees over here. One more tree, so that's good. I think it's this one right here. Looks like it. Yep, and they're cutting it down. And they're going to have somebody else come get more logs. That's okay. And then that will be gone hopefully soon. Just come get the log. Anybody at any time. Looks like we're well prepared with our store of hay for the winter, and we still have more here, so that's actually balanced out pretty well. Just need to get some stuff picked up here. We've got people looking for jobs. We'll come get them. Go ahead and see if we can entice some people to come thresh the harvest, because it is going to start disappearing if it's not collected. This is all wheat and flax especially. We really need to get the flax. Or maybe they won't because it's full. Well, that's a disappointing thought that could be possible. I guess we need someplace to put everything else. Because it is not happening here. We don't want to waste all that flax. So let's pause real quick. And let's build a warehouse. Let's see if we can get away with putting one right here. And we'll pop this up here really quick. See if we can get that built. Because the stuff going away is not going to be good. I doubt we can actually pull this off. So that's going to take a little bit of time. So, you know what? We'll put that off to the next episode. See what we can do with that in episode 10. But yeah, look at the progress we've been able to make here. Not a ton of stuff, but we did get some nice things queued up. And it took care of a couple things. And it looks like economically speaking, our town is doing very well. Trending upward. We still have a couple things to fix and take care of. We'll take care of that, of course, in the next episode. But these are rotating, so that's a nice little visual here. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I genuinely appreciate each and every one of you who watches all these videos, and all those of you who follow me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/jcthebeard as well. Thank you so much for that. We're going to be doing a live stream most likely this upcoming Sunday evening, depending on my availability. I will keep you updated, but probably going to play some Ostriv there to celebrate our first 10 episodes of the new playthrough. So make sure you go over there, give me a follow if you haven't already. And if you haven't subscribed on here, please consider doing so. I am very close to 1,000 subscribers here. As of recording this video, I have 921. And of course, when we get to 1,000, we have the YouTube partner program to look forward to and all sorts of other exciting things, as well as the chance for me to earn a little bit of money doing this on the side, which was always nice. So again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate the support, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.